best Supercross riders in the world are next on ESPN2. The 125 East region is shaping up to be an epic chase to the finish. Only 7 points separate the top 3 riders in the series standings. KTM's Josh Hansen has overcome early season adversity to claim a share of the points lead with 2 races to go. Suzuki's Davi Millsaps proved that in just his second professional season, he is a force to be reckoned with. The Georgia Flash earned his 2nd win of the season in Orlando and sits only a few precious points out of 1st. The Pro Circuit Kawasaki of Grant Langston is the most experienced rider in the field. The former World and AMA champion has 2 race wins this season and is looking for his 3rd. 3 riders, 3 brands, 2 races. Let's drop the gate and get right at it. The 125 Eastern Region Supercross from Dallas, Texas is right now. Tonight is the home of the THQ AMA Supercross Series. Welcome, everyone. I'm Robbie Floyd. What a 125 East Coast Championship we have. I'm just warmed up, but these guys are in their final stretch with only 2 races to go. Let's take a look at the points. Our top 3 riders are only separated by 7 points. You see the tie for 1st, but look back there in the number 2 spot. Davi Millsaps, we've said it before, if he gets that hole shot, it could get ugly. So let's bring in our co-points leader, Josh Hansen, Factory Red Bull KTM. Josh, you rode this race last year. This track changes from start to finish. What did you learn last year?
I learned a lot. Being here last year really does help. I kind of know what to expect. It's hard packed, and it's definitely going to play a factor. 15 strong laps, being consistent is definitely going to play a big role, and I think I'm the man to do it.
I'm going to give you a scenario. You're tied for the championship. You only have 2 races to go. Now you're not heads up with Josh Grant. You're heads up with Davi Millsaps and Grant Langston. Do we see the same aggressive Josh Hansen out of you like we did at Daytona?
Yeah, I'm going to have to. It's do or die. There's no time to to slack. It's going to be full on, and I look forward to everything. I want a number 1 plate bad, and I want to follow my dad's footsteps, and I'm just going to have to make things happen tonight.
Good luck tonight. He's our co-points leader, so let's go over to my partner, Denny Stevenson, who's with Grant Langston.
Thanks, Robbie. We're at the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki pits with Grant Langston. Grant, 2 weeks ago in Orlando, in the main event, you were stuck in 2nd gear for pretty much the entire race. If that didn't happen, we might have an entire different points chase right now.
Yeah, it might have been a little different, but I was able to walk away with 2nd. We had some issues, but nothing that we've ever had a problem with before. So it was kind of a new thing for everyone. Just one of those random little transmission problems, but we got it sorted out. This is a new week. Championship might be slightly different, but I'm still on top, and with 2 races to go, that's where I need to stay.
This weekend in Dallas, though, we're looking at completely different track conditions than in Orlando. How's that going to work for you?
The track is, it's a lot different. Orlando's kind of loamy. This is more of a hard pack track. With daytime practice, it's a little, different even on the floor from one section to the other, because some of it's in the sunlight and the others in the shaded area. So some parts are baked out and some are loamy. So it'll be interesting tonight to see what happens.
Now let's go down to Davey Coombs in the Makita Suzuki pits.
Thanks, Denny. Well, the 3rd man in this points chase is Team Makita Suzuki's Davi Millsaps. Davi, you're not chasing 1 guy, you're chasing 2. Who worries you most for this championship?
Probably, both of them. You got Grant and Hansen. They're all tied for the points lead. And, I'm running back there 7 points behind in 3rd. I'm just going out there. I have nothing to lose, so I'm just going to take it 1 race at a time.
Yeah. How's the track tonight? Looks like there's a lot of little hitches, a lot of crazy stuff out there.
Yeah, this morning it was really muddy. Yesterday it was really hard. So I don't know what it's going to do tonight.
Well, good luck. Well, we'll see the battle for the championship starting uphill real soon. Right now, back to Robbie Floyd.
Thanks, Davey. Don't go anywhere, boys and girls. We have 2 hours of racing still to come, starting off with our 125 class, and then we'll see what it's like to have a day in the life of Heath Voss and Chad Reed. The AMA Supercross champion goes for 3 in a row here in Big D. It's coming down to the wire in the battle for the 125 East Region Championship. These 3 riders all look to stake their claim when 125 heat racing action gets underway right after the break. back, everyone, to Texas Stadium. The Dallas Cowboy faithful are out watching their favorite Supercross riders here for the THQ AMA Supercross Series. I'm Robbie Floyd with Denny Stevenson. Devo, take us a lap around this track with the MX versus ATV Unleashed track map.
A long start straight, a hard-packed, slippery track tonight in Dallas. A big left-handed first turn into a rhythm section that 125 guys are going to about 2 or 3 different ways. Consistency will be the key to success tonight. A right-hander into a double-triple. Guys will click third gear, hit the first big triple jump. A little whoop section, you'll turn right, a double-double-triple, or a double-double-single, depends on how you want to go through it. A right-handed, a step up into about 30 yards with a sand, you get a bad start, you're getting a face full of dirt. The second triple, a right-hander, a long section of whoops, probably third or fourth gear, into a staircase, on-off, a tight left, back up to start straightaway. Clicking about third or fourth gear, going to shift down to a slippery right-hander into the finish line jump, and that's your MX versus ATV Unleashed track map.
As you saw, a very tough and technical track here in Dallas, Texas. That's what it's all about. Supercross, the best riders in the world. Let's take a look at our MX versus ATV Unleashed track fact. It's made up of 6,000 cubic yards of dirt, but look at that 90% clay. It's not going to go anywhere. You go down, it will hurt. 2,000 plus feet long, 7,000 sheets of plywood underneath all of this. The Cowboys, you know, the football floor is just underneath here, and of course that sand section, something different. I cannot remember, you know, in the past 20 years I've been coming to this race that we've had a sand section here at the Dallas Supercross. Let's take a look at our format, Debo. What does it take to make our finals here tonight?
Well, it's going to be 2 heats, 18 total transfer. That means 9 in each heat, and that dreaded last chance qualifier. Only 4 guys are going to go out of that.
Let's take a look at our Thor starting grid. This is going to be a tremendous heat race. Josh Hansen, the points leader. Davi Millsaps, who sits in third, is in this one, but also Troy Adams, Josh Grant, 2 front runners that look very fast in practice. Well, we have something new for you here tonight. There's Jason Wygant, Jim Hawley. You might have been checking them out at supercross.cc.com. There's Supercross live program. Whenever I'm not calling the races, I always tune in on the web. There's Wygant, there's Holly. We're going to take a lap with these two, and let's see how they call the 125 class. Yes, the Pro Circuit Kawasaki guys are not in this first heat race, but you know there's a lot of mental warfare going on between Millsaps and Hansen, both in that championship fight, and they're about to fire the opening salvo here in heat race number 1.
Well, the key thing here is, you know, they're waiting for the 30-second board. It's up right now. As soon as it goes sideways, the thing you want to do is get the hole shot here. You do not want to come through the last chance like Grant Langston has before, and we'll see who can come away with that hole shot.
Yeah, you're taking your chances. There's a lot of the line. It's only a heat race, but they're on championship pressure in the air. They're into the turn number 1.
Well, there it is, and it looks like it is going to be Davi Millsaps. He actually bumped Josh Hansen but Millsaps is going to come away with that hole shot and run in second now. Passing Millsaps is going to be Josh Hansen. He's setting it up for the inside in turn number 2. He makes the pass with Josh Hansen now is leading this.
Yeah, absolutely. Josh Grant also up there on that absolute Chaparral Honda. Millsaps finally gets a hole shot this year and immediately loses it. Hansen needs business out front.
Well, this is the thing. Millsaps can learn from Josh Hansen because Josh has got some good lines here as he comes over the double. This is that sand section that we were talking about, giving some of the riders. Here goes Grant by.
And there's the battle we've been waiting for, Debo. There he goes on the outside. Davi Millsaps up and over that whoop section. But Millsaps, going back and forth with Hansen.
Well, you talked to Josh earlier tonight. He said, you know what, I'm going to ride aggressive with these guys just like he did Josh Grant in Daytona. And you saw it right there. Hansen is riding aggressive and not afraid to put Millsaps over the tough blocks. He has to. As you see Millsaps coming right back at him.
And now Hansen goes back in front. Josh Hansen, the 100 out of Elbert, Colorado on the Red Bull KTM, showing, I mean, he's not giving up at all. That tremendous crash is really going to help his chances. A lot of riders went down in that first turn.
A lot of guys went down. It was actually the second turn, like you said. A lot of guys piled up. But this is the battle right now. Josh Hansen has been unable to keep the pace with Davi Millsaps and Grant Langston inside the stadiums. He did it in Daytona, but we're in the stadiums now. This is a chance for Josh Hansen to prove a point and show, hey, I'm for real. I deserve to be up there in the points, and I can win this points title.
Oh, how cool is it, that sand section? First time I've seen anything like it here in Dallas. Now Millsaps again. He uses that long, lanky body. They're both tall and lanky. Now again, it's going to send Hansen up to the inside. Millsaps, good job by the KTM.
Josh Hansen learned from the last lap, Robbie. He went up and instead of just kind of...
They're looking over. They're playing tag now.
David Bradshaw, Jeff Fantastics right now. These guys are looking at each other, kind of holding each other in the berth. And look, all it's done is open up the door for the guys back in third and fourth. And here comes Josh Hansen. And Hansen puts Millsaps into the top block. Just like I said, Hansen is not afraid to do it, and he does it right there.
You called it out. I talked to him. Are you going to be aggressive? If it's Millsaps, if it's Langston, he said, yes, I have to. He does it in the heat race. I don't know if I'd have made him mad, and you know that has to anger Millsaps right now. I don't know if I'd have made him that mad knowing that you're going to face him in that main event.
But while Josh was messing with Millsaps, here comes Troy Adams. He's sponsored by the Texas team, the Samsung Wireless team, and Josh Grant. Josh Grant's got to be looking for a little revenge as well, because Hansen put Grant on the mat in Daytona.
Let's take a look on board. Troy Adams in that Samsung Wireless Sprint Honda. That's what it looks like through the Honda. He's in third spot right now, and Adams looked very fast in practice. He had our fastest lap time in practice.
Adams, we wouldn't expect to see the hard, dry, slick track. He's from Daytona, or from Florida, where the sand is, but he's been living down in Texas, the Samsung team, and he's a new guy down right now. Look at Hansen making an aggressive move. Yet he's on the inside.
Hansen goes to the inside, and here, out of nowhere, Josh Grant. It's almost a Daytona battle again. Grant wants a piece of the action as well.
What a great track, and talk about you can't go too wide. These lines, you're going to open up the door, and all three of these guys are just battling bar to bar, and Josh Grant, now it's his chance to go. Josh Hansen, you put me on the mat. I'm going to get back a little revenge right now.
Josh Hansen, a 100 KTM, out in front. There's on board with Troy Adams. He's back in third. Josh Grant, number 35, just in front of him. That's what it looks like. And hitting that sand section, get the roost. You taste the roost. You feel it.
Oh, that sand right there is exactly. Look at Josh Hansen diving inside, and Josh drops the front end, and Hansen goes down. What an aggressive move, and both of them are on the mat yet again, but this time in Dallas. This isn't a replay from Daytona, folks.
Welcome, everyone, to the Dallas Supercross.
That's your Orlando man. I'm so excited to know where I'm at right now.
Welcome to the Dallas Supercross. I guess you're not afraid to bang bars here in the 125 class, Steve. I did 2 hours of coverage. If this is going on the 125, I'm going to be scared to see the 250s. Oh, man, we got to see that one again. Let's take a look. What happened, Devo?
Look at Josh. He's whipping it. He's going to go to the inside. He's going to front end. He's going to knife and tuck, and it's just going to clean him out. And look at Josh coming down on top of the other Josh. Kind of throws a little left, a hook, maybe a head grab right there.
Thunder elbow?
Thunder elbow, man. This is what a way to kick it off here in Dallas. This is like arena cross action. Tight, packed, and guys are knocking each other down left and right.
Troy Adams looking good. You know, his best finish was Daytona. He finished third. Problems with Grant's machine, the number 35. Let's go down to Davey Coombs. What do you got for us, Davey?
Well, check it out. Josh Grant is going behind the wall down here. They got the factory connection Honda. It looks like he has trouble with the throttle. They've dropped the bike. He's going to have to go to the LCQ, and he came in hollering mad. He is really ticked off at number 100.
Oh, man, I imagine. He, as well as Millsaps, there's going to be some talking about when they make it back to the pits.
Oh, they'll definitely have some heated words in the pits right now, but Troy Adams, what a smart race he's done. He stayed clean, and he's out front.
Troy Adams leads Greg Schnell, Johnson, Millsaps now into fourth, Ripple, and Hansen in the top six. We take the top 9 to the main event, this sixth lap, 125 heat race. I'm impressed by Greg Schnell. He's really picking up. He's a winner here in Dallas. He won back in 2000.
Also the winner of the U.S. Open this past October in the 125 class.
And the guy who finished not too far behind him is our onboard camera, Troy Adams. So the hard-packed track, very much like Vegas.
Yeah, let's see him go through the sand right there. Troy Adams putting out a big win right now for that Samsung Wireless. Like I said, he's moved to Dallas, Texas to support his team. And man, I'm just impressed with Troy. He's picked it up here these last few weeks, looking very solid here in Dallas.
Troy Adams leading just behind Greg Schnell out of Rancho Cucamonga, California, that Motorsports Outlet Honda. Woo! Checker flag comes out. It's going to be Troy Adams going to take the win. Schnell's going to be second. What a 125 heat race. We still have plenty more to come here at Texas Stadium. Don't go anywhere.
Every race is a new challenge, whatever it takes to win. I am a champion. I choose Suzuki.
Dedication. Try to rewrite.
Welcome back to Texas Stadium for more of the THQ AMA Supercross Series. 125cc heat race number 1 is in the books. It's Troy Adams with a win. But man, what a crazy heat race. Davi Millsaps is in earlier. He qualifies. I'm looking at 5 of 9 arena cross guys making it to the final. Josh Grant doesn't make it.
Now Josh Grant goes down, but what excitement. Millsaps, Hansen, everybody just piling each other going down, but Adams, he avoids the carnage. Good job for Troy.
Let's go down to Davey Coombs.
Well, on behalf of all the ESPN viewers, thanks for the front row seat. We got to see the crash. We got to see the win.
Oh, yeah, it was crazy. I mean, there was riders going after each other, one after another. You had to watch your back the whole time, and it was kind of hard to race like that, but if they want to do it, it's fine. And it was great. It was fun racing, and I came out on top, and hopefully I can carry that on to the main event.
Good job. Congratulations. Now, when we come back, Suzuki All Access, we're going to take a look at the making of the much-anticipated Supercross, the movie.
What do you say to a factory ride?
I guess it's time to go get famous.
We were really captivated by the idea of a movie that could really capture Supercross and do a really good treatment of it, show it like it really is.
We have a lot of the athletes out there on the track tonight wearing our gear, and it was just a natural progression to get involved with the movie.
We provided lots of motorcycles because a movie production, of course, takes a lot of any one thing that you're going to be using.
I had ridden before. Steve Howie had never ridden before.
But when I got on it, man, I loved it. I really did. And had quite a spill during my training.
He goes full speed right at a jump. The thing just endos him right off the bike. He's flying over top of the bike like Superman with the throttle wide open. I'm laughing, and then he just lets go at about 50 miles an hour.
Scraped on the ground about 30 feet.
He was fine. He was all cut up, but you know, I thought the movie was going to be short-lived at that point.
I didn't sustain that many injuries. I had, you know, you're pretty much in a stormtrooper outfit here.
We make a lot of the gear that the athletes wear: helmets, gloves, jerseys, pants, a lot of the protective gear.
You got your, you know, boots that are protect your ankles and your shins. You got chest protectors. These elbows are padded. So you're pretty, and you get the helmet, of course. You're pretty well protected.
We provided a lot of technical help, access to our riders and teams, people that could really explain to the folks making the movie what Supercross is all about and some of the things that they needed to try to capture on film if they really wanted the essence of Supercross.
We have done such a wonderful job working with the industry, with the factory teams, the privateer sector, the sponsors, the venues, Clear Channel, the sanctioning organization, AMA, to make this thing as real as possible. It's going to be a wonderful movie.
Well, when the fans come out of that movie, they're going to feel just like they do coming out of a Supercross. They're all going to be excited, and they're all going to want to get on their motorcycles.
Welcome back to Dallas, Texas. A tremendous 125cc heat race. I don't know if it can get much better than that. Man, we take a look at the 125 heat race number 2 coming up, brought to you by Thor. Grant Langston in this one. He's the co-points leader with Millsaps, and you already saw Millsaps with some problems.
Well, 2 big-name guys in this one, Langston and Walker, of course, other guys, but they're teammates. And I guarantee you won't be seeing any of that bar bang with these 2 guys. These guys in the bike keep it clean. Both that Monster Thor, Team Green Kawasaki guys, and Langston being the points leader. All he did was watch what went on right there and goes, man, if they try that in the main event, I'm ready for it, because I know Grant's an aggressive rider.
All right, you saw the Thor starting grid. Are there riders that are that aggressive in this with Langston? Is there anybody going to tag with him? You know Walker's not his teammate.
Well, Matt, he's had a tough practice. He went down there, got burned real badly in the sand section, his chest, the bike pinned him, he got burned on his chest. I don't think you're going to see anything aggressive out of him against Langston. Maybe those other guys, because I know Matt's not afraid to throw elbows. But Steve Boniface is in this race as well with Troy Adams. You know, he's teammates with Troy Adams. And I know Bonnie isn't afraid to get as aggressive as well. He's from France, and those Frenchy guys, they're strong and tough.
And you saw how fast he was also at Atlanta. He finished third. He has a podium on the year. I think you're exactly right. Watch out for Boniface. When that 30 card turns sideways, we get underway with the 125cc heat race number 2. Again, top 9 move to the main event. This is a 6th lap race. It looks like another KTM, the 37 this time. Ryan Mills on the Red Bull KTM. Good to see Mills up there. First time we've seen him with a whole shot all year, I believe, Devo.
Yeah, I think Ryan has needed some good starts. He's had some bad starts this season, kind of been buried in the pack. I think his confidence has been definitely slacking because of it.
And the cross flags coming out. That's
somebody obviously went all across the track there off the start. He had forced to roll the triple jump, and that just made everybody a little less excited through that section. But Mills now got his hands full with Matt Walker behind him and Steve Boniface there in third.
And it has to be a big surprise, too, because when you're the leaders, I mean, it's your first lap. Nobody's supposed to be down, but that cross flag signifies do not jump the triple. Now we see Mills. Here he goes. There's Matt Walker. You know this is his forte. Stepping on, stepping off, and flows by Mills. Now we'll see if Mills comes back and fights for it.
Mills started out the season. He didn't qualify in round 1. The second round, he got 11th. He moved it up to a 9th, and then 2 6th places in a row. He's not afraid to make something happen right now. This Supercross season's winding down, and Ryan Mills needs to do something to impress his KTM team.
Grant Langston just outside the top 5, it looks like Jeff DeMint, a Texas rider. Hadn't seen that name in quite some time. The 129, DeMint in the top 5 right now, about 4 seconds behind the Kawasaki, the Monster Energy Drink Pro Circuit Kawasaki of Matt Walker. And he's come so close to winning races this year. He's just got to keep it on 2 wheels the entire race.
Well, you know, I talked about him being insecure this season. I had a chance to talk to him yesterday. I guess he got a very bad blood infection. He had a blister in his hand. He was very sick. He had to go to the doctor. He had to get IVs. He had to go to the hospital. He has been sick. He said his weekend off has done nothing but help him heal up. And I see a new Matt Walker right now. I see a fresh, strong Matt Walker, and he's out front right where he needs to be, away from his teammate Grant Langston, so there's no troubles.
His teammate trying to pick him off that first time, or that second time around, taking the green flag. Grant Langston was in 8th spot. His teammate, Matt Walker, trying to check out of this 125 heat race. There's the 141 of Steve Boniface out of California, that Samsung Sprint Honda. This is their team's headquarters. They want to do well, and they're really performing here in the both 125 heat race.
They've stepped it up well. Adams at heat race 1 victory. Boniface now in 2nd there, right behind Ryan Mills. Look at the track right now. This is a hard-packed track. I'm sorry, Boniface in 3rd behind Mills. Right now, this is a hard-packed clay track. This isn't the sand we were dealing with 2 weeks ago in Orlando when the track broke down. This is hard-packed. It's going to be slippery tonight. And these guys are having to run the wide line. You're not seeing them dive the inside into a groove because that line is just not developing tonight.
Let's take a look at this one more time, Debo. I mean, you use the body to your advantage. He's taking his rear end off the back.
Yeah, Walker just hanging off the back of the bike. He was actually dropped the front a couple times, but Mills just didn't get to it fast enough. Walker charged up off that staircase, which was a tricky section, and made the pass. And he was doing it on the inside, while Millsaps was trying to the outside, and Hansen was parking it.
All right, let's go down to Davey Coombs. Davey?
Well, Bobby, Denny was talking about how Walker's been sick. Well, today, he also got hurt. He crashed in that sand section you guys were talking about. He went down, his bike came on him. He burned his chest and his arm pretty bad. So Matt Walker's year looked like it was going from bad to worse, and now he's out front where we're expected to see him all along.
We'll see if he can stay that way, though, Davey. Matt Walker's out in front on the Pro Circuit Kawasaki. See if he stays that way. We'll be back in just a moment to Big D.
Robert Smith, 3rd frame.
Spice things up.
And it's now Grant Langston trying to play some bump and run as he's closing in on the 37 of Ryan Mills. Grant Langston, our co-points leader, is on the final lap of this 125 heat race. He set up to the inside, did he? And Mills did the smart thing and said, go ahead, you can take it right now.
Yeah, when it comes down to push and shove, and it's the last lap of the heat race, you're in 2nd or 3rd. I think the main thing is getting his final. Langston, Mills knows he's got a lot more to lose than he does, and he's willing to just kind of back off with it, open the door, and let Langston go right by, because he is flying, but not as fast as Matt Walker. He started out front, he's going to finish out front.
Matt Walker looks good out of McDonough, Georgia on that KX 250F. He's going to take the heat race win. He doubles up and takes the checker flag. Matt Walker, after a practice that really burned him on the Kawasaki, going down in the sand, he's going to take the heat race win. His teammate Grant Langston's going to finish 2nd. Ryan Mills is going to be 3rd. And Steve Boniface unofficially is 4th. But Matt Walker, your winner in the 125 heat race. As Matt Walker shows the fastest way around the track, let's take a look at the results. It's Walker and Langston, 2 teammates on top. Ryan Mills, good race. Boniface as well. The Samsung team looked really good here in the top 5.
They've done a great job here in Dallas. Not quite as exciting heat race number 1, but Langston comes through the pack, gets all the way up to 2nd.
Jeff DeMint, the final qualifier. Let's go back down to Davey Coombs.
Well, Matt, that was an excellent ride. Congratulations. I know you're hurting already.
No, I'm good. I got burned in practice, but it's all gravy. You know, I'm good. You know, I got her done, and that's my middle name, get her done, and that's what I did, and I'm going to bounce back and get her done tonight for sure.
Good luck tonight in the main, okay?
Hey, thanks. I'm going to need it. Hope my teammate does good as well.
Thanks, Davey. In this next hour, this Texas crowd will get to see one of their own in the 250 class. The reigning THQ World Supercross GP champion, Heath Voss from Miko, Texas. And today, he's the subject of our rider profile. The small town of Miko, Texas sits just outside of San Antonio. This sprawling ranch is where Heath and Sarah Voss have decided to call home.
This is an old ranch house from 1950 that me and my wife Sarah have remodeled along with my family. And when we first moved down here, We lived in our motorhome for about 6 months while we were rebuilding this place. We have a 90-acre ranch, and I have 4 supercross tracks and 2 motocross tracks and a pit bike track and a woods course. And we've got 12 cows, and we have a paintball course. So all kinds of fun stuff.
Moving from the land of 10,000 lakes 4 years ago, the switch to Texas was as much about professional advancement as personal fulfillment.
Growing up in Minnesota, the ground is frozen for 6 months out of the year, and to do this professionally, and most of the Supercross season is throughout the winter, and I needed a place that was warm. And I met Kent Howerton. Me and Kent become really good friends, and I enjoy riding with Kent. And Kent showed me this place that he was trying to buy, and I ended up buying it, and it's just an awesome area. This is my race shop, and I've got it set up to where I'd like to run a race team out of it someday. This is my Bobcat that I used to build all of my jumps and my tracks with and to maintain them. Here's my Mastercraft ski boat. It's real hot here in South Texas, so I usually ride first thing in the morning, and then in the afternoons when it's about 95, we're out in the lake with it, water skiing with barefooting. Right before Christmas, I bought a Peterbilt 387, and my dad is doing most of the work on this thing. This will be my race truck for the motocross season. Well, usually when I get up, I go feed the cows, and then I take my Bobcat and I go and I work on my tracks and prep them. I try to ride about 4 or 5 days a week, and I have a trainer that comes on out, and we lift weights and I ride my bicycle and stuff. Most important is riding a motorcycle, and I spend most of my time riding a motorcycle. I built 4 Supercross tracks here, and one of them is the Las Vegas Supercross track from 2 years ago, and the other one is the Dallas Supercross track from 2 years ago. And then the other 2 tracks are just tough sections from the series over last year and the year before. I love Supercross. I love to jump, and I've got lots of stuff to choose from here. My wife Sarah's been a real big help. She pretty much takes care of all the travel and the planning for our trips, and she's pretty much just left the training and the riding to me, and she takes care of everything else for me.
How cool is it to be Heath Voss? It's good to see him reaping the benefits of his Supercross career. We'll see the 250s in the next hour. Let's take a look at the 125 LCQ results. Saylor, Clark, Velade, and Hansel move on to the final. Connor gets the asterisk medic card. Davi Millsaps goes for 2 in a row here at Texas Stadium, but we're going to take a break, and when we come back, it's the 125cc main event.
I've been kind of nervous about stepping up.
Welcome inside Texas Stadium for the THQ AMA Supercross Series. They've been racing the 125 class since 1985. That race here in Dallas was won by Bobby Moore, who is going to be the next champion of Texas Stadium. Welcome, everybody. I'm Robbie Floyd with Denny Stevens and Davey Coombs down on the floor. And what a turnout we have here in Dallas. Ready to see some exciting 125 racing, followed by the 250 class in just a moment. Look at the attendance. 43,000 people on hand, ready to see it go down here in just a moment. Let's go down to Davey Coombs with our Honda pit report.
Well, thanks, Robbie. Vengeance is something you never want to serve up too fast. Josh Grant and Josh Hansen collided together on the last lap of the Daytona Supercross. It cost Josh Grant a shot at the win. Hansen won, but maybe he vowed revenge. I don't know. He picked tonight to get his revenge. In the heat race, Grant ran in to Mr. Hansen. They both went down. It spilled over to a fight in the tunnel. The AMA Steve Whitelock had to pull him aside and give him a warning. But check it out. Josh Grant did not make the main event. He had to go to the LCQ. His bike was not working properly. That's what you get if you don't think before you strike.
Thanks, Davey. Let's take a look at our starting grid brought to you by Suzuki. Matt Walker, the fastest qualifier. His teammate, Grant Langston, he has a good gate pick. We've seen him get whole shots having to qualify through the LCQ before.
Good point. He's got a great pick tonight. He's got an ally in Matt Walker. They're side by side in the starting gate, and that's going to help them, I think, have a good guy on your right side, your left side. That's one thing less you got to worry about coming down that start straight.
15 laps, 22 riders. Here we go. Langston, Hansen, Walker, Millsaps. These are our key players. You're looking at them all getting ready. I want to get your pick right now, Denny. From what you've seen so far, who do you think looks the fastest?
Well, I don't know. Here's Troy Adams, but those were our 3 points, guys. You got Matt Walker, the spoiler. You got Troy Adams, another spoiler. I don't know. I can't really go on a limb. I'm going to say maybe Matt Walker might distance all these guys to win tonight and get that first win of the season.
Grant Langston, the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, 22-year-old out of Australia. Now, he's a world champion. Oh, South Africa. Sorry about that. You look at me like, when did he move to Australia? The South African. He's a world champion. He's a AMA champion. Matt Walker looking for his first professional championship.
And like I said, they're lined up next to each other. Matt Walker could be the spoiler here. I don't see him doing anything stupid with Grant Langston. Walker's lined up to the inside of Langston. That could do a lot.
All right, Denny's do's and don'ts. You got to get a good start. You got to race the track out there. Watch out for that sand, and watch out. Here we are, the 125 main event.
Pulling a huge hole shot, Steve Boniface, another spoiler on that local Samsung wireless Honda. Wow, this is what we talked about. The big spoiler guys are buried right there up front.
The 141 of Steve Boniface showing how to get it done on Marietta, California Samsung wireless Sprint Honda. We said it at the start of the heat race. These Samsung Hondas are looking very fast. Their team is based here just outside of Dallas, up there in Allen, Texas, and he gets a great hole shot. His best finish on the year is 3rd in Atlanta, and there's Grant Langston, rider number 8, just behind the series points leader.
And buried back in the pack, back in about 8th spot is Davi Millsaps, buried about 12th or 13th spot is Josh Hansen. Right now, Grant Langston is in the driver's seat for this championship.
Unless he gets by Steve Boniface in a hurry, though, we've seen Millsaps really close in. Millsaps up to 6th spot, and Boniface is not just going to give up this race. He's got way too many of his sponsors right here watching him.
He has all of his sponsors right here in Dallas, Texas. See Matt Walker there in 3rd, Kelly Smith in 4th, and Millsaps in 5th. Right now, Millsaps needs to make some things happen and happen fast while Langston is battling with Boniface, because if Langston gets away, bye-bye, he is gone.
Now there goes Langston. He's setting up on the inside. Will he stick a wheel inside? No, not going to happen right there. Walker back in 3rd. Millsaps now in 4th. Oh, Langston is trying hard. He knows he's got to take advantage of this good start.
Coming through the sand, we talked about Langston getting a face full of sand from Steve Boniface. Going to come in this whoop section. This could be a second. Langston dives the inside a little bit bigger. Look at him hugging the tough block, trying to find where they're fresh.
Pulls up right
out and just blitzes right up the staircase and makes a pass.
Boniface has him and gives him plenty of room. Langston goes around on the outside, the hard way around. I'll tell you, it's going to be tough. You see just behind that green Kawasaki Signature picture right there, Matt Walker. He has Davi Millsaps behind. That's the teammate of Grant Langston. He's not going to let him by easily.
No, definitely. You see Grant Langston do the on-off right there. It's a much faster way. He picked up an easily 2 bike lengths on Boniface there in 2nd. And like you said, Matt Walker's in 3rd with Davi Millsaps in 4th. And Walker is not going to let Millsaps by easy. This is points for his teammate, Grant Langston, who's out front.
Matt Walker knows he's not in this championship. He's in 8th spot right now. He's going to ride some wide lines. Let's take a look at a replay one more time, Debo. This race is far from over. We're on lap number 3 of 15 of this 125
We're
event.
approaching the section where Langston made the pass. You see him hugging those tough blocks. He did exactly like he did when he passed him. He's taking a new line, a fresh line. He's able to drive through him faster and stronger, and he just blew by and look at him. He's opened up a significantly in the background. Oh, Matt Walker.
Cinderella.
Makes the big mistake. Drops the front end at the complete 180, and just like that, Millsaps sneaks by.
The differential in points, 25 points for first place, 22 points for second place. Then it drops down in 2-point increments. It's really important for Langston to beat Davi Millsaps 1st to 2nd.
Millsaps has to beat Langston, period. He's 7 points down.
2 races to go.
Only 2 races go in this championship right now, and 3rd or 2nd is not going to do for Millsaps. He has to beat Langston, period. That's it, bar none.
Taking a look at the onboard, Troy Adams now closing in on Matt Walker. Walker just in front of him. I was going to say Walker sits 8th in points. Troy Adams 6th in points out of Brooksville, Florida. That Samsung Wireless Honda. He sees his teammate up there, Steve Boniface, in 2nd spot. We saw him in practice. They look really fast, and maybe the fastest all is Adams. Now he's in 4th spot. Can he reach the podium?
Adams as well was buried the back of the pack. He's having to come through the pack right now. He's up to the number 5th spot behind Walker. He was a heat race number 1 from Victor, and right now trying to make something happen for his sponsors as well. And right now it's about him trying to catch Matt Walker and move into that 4th spot. Simple as that.
Matt Walker in 4th, Troy Adams. Josh Hansen has now moved into 6th. The race for 2nd. Seat bouncing there is Davi Millsaps. He's got to make a fast. Millsaps going to be set up on the inside, sticks the nose in, and he doesn't pressure things there as well. It looks like he's trying to make a pass on the straightaway.
Well, if Davi Millsaps does not pass him until the whoop section, I guarantee you he'll make the move in the whoops. Millsaps is an animal in the whoops, especially that staircase section as they approach it right now. Millsaps squares it up just like Langston, goes up the inside of them, and right there, watch him up the staircase, just cut it right off the top.
Guaranteed.
Blows right by.
You guaranteed it happened.
And Langston is not that far in front of him right now.
5.18 seconds right now. Grant Langston is barely ahead of Steve Boniface. It's actually going to increase just a little bit. It's a 15-lap main event. We have completed 5. 7.4 seconds, the official time differential in between. You see the Tissot running order, the intervals up at the top of your screen. Davi Millsaps in 2nd. He's a little over 7 seconds behind the leader, Grant Langston. Can the South African beat the Suzuki rider one more time? This is the site of his very first victory back in 2001. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere.
Right after just 2 stays.
Matt Walker, Steve Boniface going at it. Steve Boniface took the whole shot, but Grant Langston, Davi Millsaps, and now Matt Walker get by, putting Boniface back in 4th place.
Boniface all the way back to 4th, like I said, and Matt Walker finally smoothing out, finding a good rhythm, working up to 3rd. If you're not going to win, you might as well finish on the box. That's just as important.
Heat race winner, Matt Walker, looking good in this main event, but I don't know if he's really going to pressure Langston if he can get back up there into that 1 spot. But Boniface kind of got a good start working his way back through the pack, and Davi Millsaps still has to turn it on to try and catch up with Langston.
Davi needs to win this race. He's got to catch up to Langston and make up that valuable points chase, make this race a little bit tighter going to this final round in Pontiac.
There's still 6 laps to go. Also, Josh Hansen, he's losing valuable points, did he? I mean, he came in as the points leader, or tied with Langston, and it's just dropping back.
Yeah, he's actually moving forward, but he's back in 6th spot. He needs to pass one more guy, make up some points. Right now, he's losing 10 valuable points to Grant Langston. It could almost cost him this points chase altogether.
Josh Hansen trying to get by Troy Adams. You talked about that. Every spot at this point is 2 extra points going into that final stop. This is the 2nd to last round. After here, it's only Pontiac. But really, it's Millsaps and everybody else losing points to Grant Langston. As long as he's out in front, he's doing his job.
He's doing exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to come in here and get a win under his belt, and he's doing it right now out front.
All right, let's take a look at the Butterfinger Chris Whole Shot Award. It's that Honda, the Samsung Wireless Sprint Honda of Steve Boniface, taking it easily.
He blew down right down the center of the start straight. A big hole shot for Boniface.
Davi Millsaps is putting a charge on trying to catch up to this man, Grant Langston, here at Texas Stadium, the 125 main event. Langston with a good start, gets by Steve Boniface early. Grant Langston, the man to beat, picking off lap riders like crazy. He's a co-points leader. Josh Hansen, the other man who's in the points lead, back in 5th spot, losing valuable championship points. And after this race, there's only one more race to go.
This is it. This is one of the biggest races of the season. You just saw his lap time of 54.8 that last lap. Millsaps, he's running 54 flats. He's coming. I just don't know if he has enough time. Grant's riding a smart race. He's doing what he's got to do. And Millsaps, he's got nothing to lose. He's got to let it hang out, because if the points finish right now tonight, he's down 10. That's unacceptable. He cannot make up 10 points in one race unless something drastic happens to Grant next weekend.
4-second differential between Langston and Millsaps. Matt Walker back in 3rd. Boniface has dropped to 4th. Josh Hansen in 5th. But Millsaps running out of time. It's a 15-lap main event. We have completed 12 laps, but Grant Langston is showing you just how fast he is. We knew he would be one of the top 125 riders. He's been one of the best 125 riders in the world. There's Josh Hansen back in 5th spot. Did he just blow everything by being so aggressive in the heat race? And what about when Steve Whitelock had that talk to him and said, no more of this?
I don't know if he blew in this heat race, but you talked to him and he said, you know what, I got nothing to lose. I want this number 1 plate. I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to ride this race just like he did Daytona. He came out of the gate way aggressive in that heat race. We saw it. And then come main event time, he's got a 4 start. He was buried back in the traffic. He's been unable to make it up the needed amount of spots to keep him at his point sign. Right now, he's lost a lot of points.
I'm curious, Davey told us that Steve Whitelock with the AMA told him about that aggressive riding. If you've got that in your head, can you really put the effort forward that you really want to?
You know, I don't know. I'm not Josh Hansen, but I know that it's one thing. You don't need to have someone telling you, go, hey, you knock someone down, you're out of here.
Yeah.
Or you can't be thinking about that. You got to be thinking about the track. And Johnson right now, or Hansen, is buried way back.
We're on board with Troy Adams out of Brooksville, Florida on the Samsung Wireless Sprint Honda. Langston, Millsaps, Walker's the top 3, number 8. Coming down the start straight one more time is going to get the green flag. You see the blue flags waving out there telling you it's a lap rider on. This is huge for Langston in the championship if he can put 3 more points between himself and Davi Millsaps, because Millsaps and Hansen are really going to be close in points coming out leaving Dallas.
This is coming down the wire. 2.6 seconds on his last lap. Millsaps has gained about a second a lap, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Langston's not a fool. He's a former world champion, a former national champion, trying to make this a 3-peat with all 3 crowns. Millsaps, he's just a 17-year-old kid. Definitely some different levels of experience with these 2 riders.
And he has learned so much composure since last year. Now he can see him. We're on the last lap of this 125 main event. Does he have enough time? The 188 of Millsaps. Langston has left riders just in front of him. Will they get in the way, or will they let Langston by? They're battling.
What I say at the beginning of the do's and don'ts is a simple thing. You got to get a good start. Langston got a much better start than Millsaps, and that's all it's taken.
Good start. Looks like it's going to take him into the win, and he does it. Grant Langston takes his second 125 win of his career here in Dallas. It was the site of his very first 125 Supercross win back in 2001.
And he's opened up that points lead to 10, Robbie. 10 points.
Look at this battle for position. Now Josh Hansen trying to pick up points at the last second. These are 2 points maybe that he is going to gain with 1 more turn to go. Oh, he's looking over to the side. Boniface isn't there. Look at this. Tag. And it looks like Hansen's going to do it. Josh Hansen will finish in 4th place. So, man, Grant Langston gains more points on Millsaps and Hansen. That's it for the 125s. We'll talk to him when we come back.
Tonight on ESPN.
Vehicles. Welcome back to Irving, Texas. Texas Stadium, the 125 main event is done. Grant Langston comes out on top. Let's take a look at the Honda 125 main event results. GL Grant Langston, he took his first victory here. It's his last victory as well, his 3rd on the season, Debo.
He had a great night tonight. He rode strong, got a great start, and he rode smart, and that's really what's important, and that's what's going to get him this championship.
Something that Josh Grant did not do, did not even make the final as the guy that we were looking for, maybe to win the main event here, but you have to be consistent, you have to think smart. Let's go down to Davey Coombs. He's with 3rd place, Matt Walker.
Matt, that was a real nice ride, but those guys out front got away quick.
Yeah, well, I was right there, and for some reason, man, when I was downshifting, I was going into neutral, and it kept messing me up. But, yeah, it started out good, but I was just a little bit off the pace of Grant tonight. He's a little bit of a step ahead of me right now, and he deserves to be the champ at this point for sure. Hopefully it's a different story in the outdoors, but what I'm here for right now is just to help him out and help him win a championship, and I think that's what he's going to do.
Thanks, Davey. Let's take a look at our Nissan turning point, Debo, the pass for the lead.
Well, Steve Boniface pulls the hole shot, but Grant Langston draws close in the whoops and blows by in the staircase. Boniface is nice right there, and Langston sneaks off for his 3rd win of the season.
Let's go back down to Davey.
Davey, that was quite a charge at the end. You had Robbie and Denny almost jumping out of the booth up there, but, man, you just ran out of time.
Yeah, Grant rode a good race. He, definitely got a better start than I did. You know, everyone cut us off in the first term. I'm not making any excuses. You know, I got a good start in the qualifier. Got the whole shot now. What's up? But no, I just like to thank my Makita Suzuki, my Carlos mechanic Carlos, and just RJ3 Suspension, everybody out there, all you fans, and you know, I just gotta go get them next weekend.
The Supercross road leads to Las Vegas, Debo. You and I, we have a great time every year. This year it's on May 7th.
You know me, I love Las Vegas. I'm only human.
MGM Grant, come and join us at final stop, Sam Boyd Stadium. All right, let's take a look at the 125 East Point standings. Jump it up just a little bit.
Hansen and Millsaps lost valuable ground to Grant Langston. It's Langston's championship to lose right now as we head to the final round.
One more round remains. Can Grant Langston do it? Let's go back down to Davey.
Grant, you came in here, you were tied with the points lead, but I got to tell you, you're way out front now. You're up 7 on Hansen, you're up 10 on Millsaps, 1 race to go.
You know, obviously that was my goal to come here and win, and this was my first ever win here in Dallas 4 years ago, so it's definitely a little special place for me. And you know, after the last couple of weeks, it's been so-so. I had a win streak for a while, as you mentioned, so you know, then I had a couple not so good rides, and points tightened up after Daytona, so come here and win. I did what I could. Davey rode an awesome race. I rode a little tight, and he started gaining on me, and I just said, be cool, don't make any mistakes. And so I want to wish my wife a happy 21st birthday. I told her I'd win for her, so just want to wish her a happy birthday.
Well done.
Thank you.
Our next television show for Supercross, Pontiac, Michigan, April 10th, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern for the Pontiac Silverdome. Come join us. We will crown a 125 Eastern Region champion. You can always find out more about your favorite Supercross riders at supercross.cc.com. Every Supercross Saturday night, 7 p.m. locally, Supercross Live. For Denny Stevenson, Davey Coombs, I'm Robbie Boyd. Langston wins the 125 class, but the 250s are next. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.